Hi everyone. In this video lecture, we're going to create a program to find factorial of a number. Before we start, let's first see what a factorial actually is. So a factorial is, so if you want to find factorial of a number, what you really want to do is you want to find a number, and this number is the result of multiplying the current number with numbers below it. Okay, so for example, let's say you want to find factorial of 4. So how will you do that? You will multiply 4 with numbers below it. And what I mean by that is, so you will multiply 4, multiply 3, 2 and 1. So this is the factorial of 4. Okay, similarly, if you want to find factorial of 5, you will go like this: 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you want to find the factorial of 6, you will start with 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So it goes that way, and you have to go, so you will stop at 1. So right, so this is how you can find the factorial. And for the negative numbers, there is no factorial. And if you want to find the factorial of 0, so factorial of 0 is 1. Okay, and this is how usually factorial is written. So if I want to say 0 factorial, so I'll write something like this, and this is 1, right? And if, let's say, factorial of 4, so 4 factorial equals 4, 3, 2, 1. So this will be 24. Okay, so this is how you find the factorial of a number. Now we are going to create a program to find factorial of a number. How do we do that? First of all, you have to have a variable, and I'm going to call this variable fact. So it can be any variable, a, b, c, factorial, fact, whatever you want to name it. So I'm taking this variable as fact, and you are going to have this variable store 1. Okay, so fact equals 1, and you will understand the reason why I'm using it. Alright, so I initialized this variable by 1. Then I need to have a number, right? So I'm going to enter a number. So let's say I want to find factorial of 4. Alright, now let's talk about the logic. So as you can see, I want to find factorial of 4, right? So a equals 4 here, right? And 4, 3, 2, 1. So I can actually run a loop here, and the value for this loop for I in range. Now if you remember range function, by default, if I, let's say, write 4 here, by default range starts with 0. Okay, and it will exclude the number given inside the brackets. Alright, so for I in range would mean it starts from 0 and it ends at 3. Okay, it will exclude 4. So what I need to do here is, if I want to start the value of range with specific number, I have to write it specifically, or I have to write it explicitly. Okay, so clearly you have to mention it. So I don't want it to start from 0. I want it to start from 1. Why? Because I want to find factorial of 4. It goes 4, 3, 2, 1, and in a way it also goes it also goes 1 2 3 4, because it doesn't matter if I go 4 multiply 3 multiply 2 1, or 1 multiply 2 multiply 3 multiply 4. Okay, result is going to be the same. So I'm going to start with 1 and then I'm going to end at 4. All right, so in this case value of a is 4, so you can have any value here. All right, so we are going to start from 1, and then since it will exclude 4, or in other words it will exclude a, so I'm going to write a plus 1 here. Since value of a is 4, so it will exclude 5, so it will start from 1 and at 4. 1 2 3 4, that's what we want, right? Okay, so this is how your for loop is going to run. Now fact, so I'm going to use this same variable fact here, right? Fact equals, what do we want? We want I, value of I will be changing with every iteration, so I want the value of I to be multiplied with all the numbers, right? So 1 2 3 4. So for the first iteration I can multiply it with fact. All right, so I equals 1, fact is also 1, and since fact is a variable, its value can change, right? Variable means that value can vary, so its value can change. Fact equals 1, fact equals I into I multiply fact, so 1 multiply 1, so fact is 1 again. For the second iteration I equals 2 and fact equals 2 multiply 1. So this time for the second iteration value of fact becomes 2. Alright. For the third iteration I equals 3 and fact equals I multiply 3. I is 3, fact is 2. So 3 multiply 2. Alright. So it becomes 6. So value of fact becomes 6 for the next iteration. So for I equals 4, value of fact was 6. So 6 and 4. Okay, now let's check the result. 24. Okay, this is how you find factorial of a number.